So the video you're about to watch is of me doing a dumbbell complex. Dumbbell complex is pretty simple. I chose the heaviest weight here available. So that anytime, anywhere conversation, right? Doesn't matter if you have equipment or if you don't. For me, I'm always moving my body. My movement is a non-negotiable in my life. And it's so important to who I am, how I function, how I see myself, how I see others. There's a reprieve and a relief that comes from that, right? Chose the heaviest dumbbell here was 50 pounds and did a complex, single arm complex, and you'll see that later. But I think what's more important is my journey with wellness, fitness and health and where it began. I want to give you a very brief undertaking of where I've been, where I've come from, where I am today, and how important wellness is to me and fitness is to me, and some of the reasons why, because it doesn't always come from a healthy place. It sometimes comes from a very unhealthy place. And so I began moving my body because I carry a lot of shame in my body and still do in various ways. And I was overweight as a kid. I was very shy as a kid, very withdrawn and isolated. And, you know, hormones kicked in around sort of 14, maybe even a little later, and I started doing something called a milk run, where I was jumping off the back of a truck delivering orange juice and milk and eggs to the people in the neighborhood. And it got me fit. I started losing weight, and as I lost weight, I gained more confidence. And so I saw that there was a direct correlation of moving my body and feeling better in my body and also looking better. And people would comment on that. And somewhere in my brain, I developed a pattern of, oh wow, if I do more of this, I'll get more love, because I felt I was deprived of love growing up. And so a lot of my wellness journey has been around performance and compensation and aesthetics, but more so about what can I do with the body that I have? How much can I lift? How far can I run? How fast can I be? You know, how can I have people talking about me in admiration? Compensation for feeling low self-worth, for feeling disregarded in my body. And there's a part of me that says, if I don't train and move my body, I'm not going to be attractive. I'm going to get overweight again. There's a little boy inside of me that sometimes still lives there, actually, and comes out and gets worried and panicked. And so I have to train, I have to exercise. Now, that's the unhealthy part of me, where there's shame and there's guilt. There's low self-worth. There's this habitual pattern of, if I don't move my body, I'm not going to be appealing to other people. And that still resides in me. That still sometimes wakes me up. That's the demon, the shadow that still comes up. And the healthy parts are that I feel empowered. I feel connected to my body. I feel so grateful and appreciative of my body. Those high vibratory states and ways of being. And I relish and I thrive in those places as well. And that's the healthy part of me. And, you know, the hormonal effect, the dopamine, the serotonin, the oxytocin, like all the good things that are released in my body when I exercise, when I move my body, when I train. And the habitual patterning around that, and the desire, but not only the desire, the joy that I feel, the elation that I feel when I train, not just hormonally, but psychologically and emotionally, the groundedness I feel. And so, you know, I wanted to share that because my fitness journey hasn't always been around, and I'm super proud of where I'm at and what my body is capable of. I'm so grateful and appreciative. And the inception of it came from low self-worth, came from shame, came from compensation, trying to feel good by how others saw me. And there's still elements of that live within me. And owning that, for me, you know, it's the ownership and acknowledgement it's the first step. The awareness is the first step towards transformation. Now, I've been aware of that for some time. I've been taking action on that some time. And this is part of it as well. Part of the healing journey, part of the restructuring, the reorientating self towards a new way of being is sharing without shame. We diffuse shame by bringing it to the light. And that's something that I'm doing here as well, and wanting to share that with you, because if you are that person that's also on that journey that has come from pain when it comes to wellness and fitness and movement and all those things, you're not alone. The compensation piece, the performance piece, needing to be seen really in a particular way by other people for how then you show up to yourself and how you feel about yourself. You're not alone, you're not the only one. And that still affects me, and I still come from that place at times. And in minutiae, and if I'm having a bad day, if I'm feeling down on myself, if I've attached myself to outcomes that aren't coming through, or anything that is a misperception of self, I start to come from that place of what can I do to be seen by others in a better light. And it becomes more about them and codependence than it does about me and being at one and feeling the wholeness that resides within me, right? And that's part of what the journey is feeling the wholeness that resides within us and coming back to that place of home. And you can be home, right? You are home and you can be at home, but we're always at home, but we forget. So I just wanted to share that with you, that compensation piece sometimes still plays a role in my life. And also the interaction with food for me. Like if I don't train and exercise and burn calories, and I don't count my calories or anything like that, but if I don't do that, then I can't eat what I want. Or if I eat what I like because I have a compulsion and addiction towards food as well as a compensation strategy for feeling better in my body, I have that as well from a very young age. These are early onset patterns, right, that can be difficult to shift but not impossible, and I've come such a long way. Then my relationship with food starts to change. You know, I'm like a feast or famine guy. I have an extreme personality, again, hence why I perform so extremely in my fitness. I love it, I thrive in it, right? And there's a healthy part that likes exploring the edges, and then there's the unhealthy part that wants to punish myself. I remember my friend would say, why do you train so hard, man? Why do you move your body so much, so many hours a day? I don't do that now, but it was many, many hours a day. And I said, I train to forget, man. I train to forget because I would numb my pain with my exercise. Instead of drugs, I would use exercise, sometimes alcohol, sex, pornography. And I would numb my pain and what I was avoiding and my abandonment and my trauma and my rejection, the abuse that I experienced with exercise and the validation that it would give me, but also the feeling that it would give me. And it would exhaust me so then I could sleep and I would forget. Wake up another day, I had things to do, so I would avoid the stuff that I needed to face. Just wanted to share that with you because I don't think we're alone in our journeys, and the more we share, the more connected we become. Power and blessings to you. And share your story of compensation below. You're not alone. Let it go. Let it out. Release it. You deserve freedom.